This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Now, this is just a beauty. This is just a beauty. Alex Succubus Publishing, all the guys and gals there. You know, nothing makes my heart warmer than to see a small publisher do the things that you wish big publishers would do. Number one, communication. Number two, passion. Passion through the roof. Heart. Dedication. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job. But we talk about that, and I go on and on. Today's a little different. We're going to be redoing something that that bothered me. I'm going to be showing off some miniatures that I've done in the past, and you can go back and check those videos out because I'm pretty happy with the what I was able to do with those miniatures, and I'll show those off. But one of the ones that I was never happy with was the ones that kick off this whole story. And that's pretty much dealing with some cave sickles. Now, as you can see, they're a brighter orange. And when I originally did these, I just did them too dark. They were too dark. And, you know, I was unhappy with these. Well, we're going to repaint those. Okay? So the first thing that you're going to want to do, number one, is you are going to want to go out and spray paint these white with a good army painter paint. Cheaper, affordable. I really suggest the army painter. For what you pay a little bit more than you would if you went to a hardware store, but I think the quality is a lot better. You don't get that stickiness like I did the first time when I did these. And I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to do these with a Citadel contrast Griffin Hound orange, and what a difference it makes, and it gets me more the color I want. So we'll go down to the table. I'm going to show you off some of these miniatures here, and then I'll show you how to do to use the contrast, and then what we'll do is you could take it from there and repaint those. We're going to be doing some of the harder figures next. After that, I think we got another video where we're going to finally get this big boy done. You got to have him done, right? And we're going to do him up beautifully, and hopefully, always hopefully, but he's the next guy I want to tackle, as far as a few other bosses as well, and give you a blueprint how to do it quick, easy, get it to the board, and have some fun. Let's go down to the table, take a look how to take care of cave sickles, and take a look at some of the other figures that I did with some unique twists that you might want to do. Well, like I said, I wasn't too happy with these sickles. They didn't do it for me for some reason, and I think that has a lot to do. I wasn't too happy with the paint I used and the primer I used, and it came out kind of dull. And we're going to repaint those, like I said. I want to show you some of the things that I've done that I really do like. This little snaggletooth dude here. Well, hold on. Let me bring it in where you can see it with the little girl on the flower bed. Really had a good time painting this. Some of the things I decided to modify that I really, really enjoyed. And like I said, with the cave sickle, there's beautiful art to follow. Just absolutely gorgeous art that comes with this game and really makes it shine. The Earth Loa was one of my favorites to work with because I took some liberties and came up with some stuff that I thought would be a little different, and to some degree it worked, but I just decided I just didn't want to repaint these because I really like this. And there is a video, as you can see, I made the crystal sword, I put the diamond in their hand, you know, the rest of it is pretty basic, but you could follow how I did this. There's a video out there that I did. Some of the other creatures I really enjoyed doing here. as I just want to show you the Reanimators, which are that was just so much fun painting these guys. The heroes, which are just beautiful. Now, I'm not the greatest painter in the world, but you know, I really enjoy doing some of the work here that was done. This dude, I love this guy. I love that guy. You know, just really just a lot of fun. Really getting to test yourself and do different things, and just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful art. Beautiful miniatures. Everything about this game is just special. I mean, just absolutely special in so many different ways. And these are some of the ones that I'm not going to repaint, but we will be tackling. I love water sprites. I really enjoyed doing those. And making sure I had all my heroes in line so we can go adventuring and just have a lot of fun. So right now I'm going to show you a quick way how to do these caves sickles, because they're a very important part. And as you can see, I wasn't too happy with these, but we're going to redo these. I want to make them a little brighter. I want to do that. I want to give them that JRPG feel that they deserve, because they are a beautiful, beautiful miniature. So let me clear this out, and we'll come back in, well, one flash of the old camera here, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do this quickly. Now, you guys got to forgive me. These are some of the first things that I'm trying to paint during having this COVID pneumonia. My hands shake because of the treatments I take, and plus we have the bad scar here from removing, reattaching my bicep, and my painting skills have diminished quite a bit over the last 6 months. So forgive me, but we're going to do the best we can. Now, what I found was a good color was contrast Griffin Hound Orange. I really felt that I could do these quick. So by spray painting these white, it's going to make the contrast go on a lot easier. Okay? And this is just a nice quick way of doing this. Now, you don't want it to pool. Move it around. And the other thing that you have to remember, it doesn't matter what type of undercoat that you use, okay? The real problem here with a lot of these contrasts is they recede, okay? So you think you painted over something and it's going to pull away. It's going to pull away. You don't want it pulling in the face, but you want it to get in those recesses nice and easy. And you got to forgive me, because I'm going to drop this at least 3 times. Maybe I'll be lucky and I won't do it. Okay, you can see where that little white, and it starts to recede in there, and I want to move that paint in there. The nice thing about the contrast is it gives you great coverage, but it also gets into the recesses, so it kind of acts a little bit like a wash in a way while painting at the same time. And that's where things like this, when you want to get these things to the board pretty quickly, that they really work and they really stand out. Okay, and look how quick that was. It went on. It's brighter, like the card, and I feel a lot more secure with it. You know, you got to make sure that you get every part of it. Okay, and that's where I start dropping things here, folks. And you got to forgive me for any kind of bad camera work, but don't worry, I'll paint another one here. I'm going to take a little bit more here. And just really, we knew it was coming, right? We knew I was going to start dropping things. But don't worry about getting the base, because you're going to repaint that base, and you're going to add some grass if you want to, or I'm going to show you something else. You could just put some green on there if you want it, if you're just looking to make it playable and enjoyable. And there you go. There's one cave sickle. And we'll do another one real quick, hopefully. And you can see that these will go very, very quickly. All right, I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit here with my brush. Since it's the first time I picked up a brush really in quite some time, due to illness and everything else, we are trying to get back, and we're going to paint. We're going to paint because we love it, because it's part of our life. And it doesn't matter how well you paint. It's just putting in the effort and knowing that you did the best that you can to bring out some of these beautiful experiences that these people create. You know, sometimes people build games around miniatures. Oh, well, we got an idea. We know these miniatures will sell because they look cool. Let's make a game around it. But when you get companies like this that add the miniatures to add a different layer of the experience to help tell the story, well, this is where the passion and the beauty comes in. And Succubus Publishing is known for it. There's a few companies out there that I really admire for their job, and this is one of them. I've been very blessed to have their support, and I'm very, very thankful for it each and every time I pick up a game from them. Wonderful. Wonderful. When I open up this box every time, I just think of the beauty and the passion that they have to create things. Now look at this compared to this. A lot brighter, right? And that's what we were going for. Because if you look on this card, he's a lot brighter. He's not dingy like this. And I think I just, you know, where they're not horrible, whoops, where they're not horrible, I wanted brighter. Now I took some just green paint to throw under there before I throw some grass on there, just to cover that up and make it easier so when it goes on. But if you notice, with the orange, it makes it closer to the card. And that's going to help me because, as you know, in Japanese role-playing games, everything is usually pretty bright and things. And that's what I didn't want to dinge it down. When I did the first scenario of this, I felt that these took away from the theme. This time, I think we got where we're going to go. I'm going to show you the next step real quick. Now, the next step here, and it's going to kind of catch you off guard, is I'm going to take a little shade here. Some Serpium Septum. Now, you're saying, oh, well, Rob, won't that darken it up? No, not really. Not really. It's going to get in there, and what it's going to do is, yeah, it's going to give a little bit more darkness, but it's not going to take away that bright orange. What it's going to do is what we're doing right here is getting it into those recesses, and that's where you want to really move this around. It's not going to dull it up too much, but it's going to get in those recesses and bring out the detail. And there is some beautiful and lovely detail here, folks. It's here. It's here. You just go and dig it out, and you're going to find it. All right. Taking in the corners. You really don't want it to pull up around the face. All right. We don't want it to pull, but we just want to get enough of that on there where it really starts to brings it down a little bit. Remember, this isn't a bright orange, and you can see what I'm getting here is really kind of start matching to the card, which that's all you can ever ask, right? So there you go. We can add a little flame in there and stuff like that, but we want to keep this simple. We want to get it to the table, and like I said, we just want to get it where we want to get it, where they're a little bit brighter and they're not dark like those. You could see the difference. You could see the big difference. Okay, there's one or two more stages here I want to show you real quick, and then I'll just show you where we're at, and then you can add grass or just leave it green, the bases, but you'll see the difference in between the two, and I'll show you comparison, then we'll go. Now, the next part I want to do is I want to take some Emperor's Children. I'm going to take it right out of the canister here. I'm not going to thin it down or anything like that. And once we have our guy here nice and dry, all I want to do is just, I want to get that tongue that's hanging out. All right? And that's a big deal. And then he's got his tongue that's sticking out in here. And you just want to reach in there and get that, and you want to just tighten that up a little bit, right? Once that's done, I'll clean off our brush real quick. And the best way to do it, of course, is do them all at once, but of course, we're just trying to do this for a video. We're going to take some Flash Yellow, Flash Glitz Yellow. What that's going to do here is really... and forgive me if I go off camera and stuff like this. I'm really struggling with this disease that I have right now. We're going to take that, and that's where we're going to add the eyes in. And you want to be very careful. Get yourself a nice thin brush, and you just want to and dot those two eyes right there, right there. Then come on the other side and do the same thing. And just give them a nice kiss there. And boom, there you have it. That's all there is to it. Now I'll add the grass onto this a little later, but I'm gonna move some of the stuff out of the way, and I want to show you the difference between the two and how quickly we were able to get these together and get these ready to get on the board and get our first mission going. So we'll be right back. Now we have the two here in comparison. As you can tell, these are okay. I mean, they're not the worst thing on the planet, but I feel that quick roundabout, add a little bit of that. I'm sorry, I keep on dropping this. Add that little bit of roundabout. You could details these a little bit more, but I think these are good enough to get them to the board. They're a little bit more like the card. Okay. As you can see, I like these a little bit better than I like these. Of course, they'll look better once I put the basing, when I do the basing for them. But I wanted something brighter. I wanted something to jump out a little bit more. We're going to be doing this with a bunch of the different figures. Let's go up top and we'll talk a little bit more about this. All right, I feel a little bit better. That's the first time I picked up a brush in over 6 weeks. And with my arm numb now and with permanent damage, I'm not going to be able to paint that very well. But I think I can give you at least ideas where you guys that have talent and stuff like that can really expand upon what maybe goes on inside my head. You know, you kind of get to a crossroads in life, and sometimes you have to go down a certain path. Well, that doesn't mean we have to go down without kicking and screaming. These are beautiful models. If you have a chance to get this game, the beauty, the immersion, the just absolutely what you're able to do with these. I was so happy to redo these cave sickles. It really stands out for me, because when we go into the first scenario, they are the main player there, and I really want them to stand out and really make this game shine. We're going to be doing some of the bigger figures as well, and some of the heroes that you guys made, and I'm going to show you quick and easy ways. The main antagonist has to be done next, I think. I think that's one of the videos I'm missing. But I'm looking forward to doing this, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Prime it black, I'm letting you know right now, and then from there, we're going to build outwards, and we're going to build a beautiful threat. I mean, that's the best way to put it, isn't it? Now, if you want to go see some of the videos that I did before, look it up. Rob Paints Middara. You can see I did a video on how to paint a whole bunch of this stuff, and that'll catch you up to where we are right now. There are some things that I do want to repaint, and we are going to do it. Yeah, you got it, live here, Rob's Tabletop World. Very excited. Just again, great company, great game. Probably one of the best games that come out this year, and I know everybody's excited about it. Please, if you have the means to go get it, you know, I've read some of the comments. Listen, I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's one of the best games out there this year. Go get it. You will not be disappointed. If you missed it the first time, come back to us. Come back to it. Check some of the things that Meet Me at the Table, my good friend Barrett and One Shop Co-op did. They do a fantastic job at things. Check them out. You will get a good feel for it. We're going to do some live stuff here, hopefully next week, depending on my health. I'm doing the best I can to fight ahead here and bring you the very best. But to everybody at Succubus Publishing, all the guys and gals, another fantastic job. We are dedicated to bringing you some fantastic content. I hope you enjoy it. And until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon.